Buddy, pre-snap read. Time to hop out of bed and set your day in motion. What's up, Dr. Delay?
Good morning there. How's it going?
It's going. Hit me. Give me something good. Start the day. What do you got for me?
I'm exhausted. I don't really have
Exhausted.
much. I have
Me
nothing.
too. Me too. My students are exhausted. Everybody's exhausted. We're just tired. We're getting through the week. Luckily for me, I have a professional development day tomorrow, so no kiddies. So today is my
Nice.
Friday, so that's nice.
There we go. Yeah, I got nothing for you. No good news. I'm just here.
Sure. Yeah. So we are waking up. You guys are waking up. We can do this together. We got this. We got this.
We
All
got it.
right. We'll start with the news and the notes and the injuries today because there's a few rollovers, a few carryovers from last week, and some big ones. I have pretty much all quarterbacks. There's a few other little things, I'm sure, but I'm gonna go with the big ones, and then you can fill in the gaps if I'm missing anything out there.
Yeah.
The first one, the carryover from last week is Burrow. Burrow's going to be out probably for 3 months, and we got Browning taking on over. So that's bad news for the Bengals, but they're 2-0, but they didn't have Burrow for a while, so that's going to hurt. What do you think?
I think it'll definitely. Well, I have kind of a thing on them a little bit later when we talk about it. But yeah, I think that'll be a huge problem for the Bengals.
Huge problem. Yeah, I think they're 2-0 even with Burrow. They're kind of scaring me, and I'm worried about them, but we'll talk more about that later. The next injury that is a carryover is also Brock Purdy, so they're going Mac Jones again. Hopefully, it's only a few weeks because I was hearing 2 to 5, and Brock Purdy being out is going to be a disaster. Mac Jones did well. He did well, but I don't like it. I think it's bad news for the Niners. They managed to go 2-0, but they had the Cardinals this week. So that's a disaster for the Niners.
Yeah. No. I mean, Mac Jones did. Yeah, he didn't look too bad, but it was against the Saints. I mean, yeah, you just really can't put too much faith in him. But I don't know. He didn't look too bad, and I mean they do have the Cardinals at home, so that should help a little bit. So he won't have to deal with the ferocious crowd of, I guess, Arizona or whatever. He's at home. I don't know if
Ferocious
Arizona has a home field advantage, but you know,
Arizona. Watch out for those guys.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Man, oh man, they're right behind Philly in
Oh yeah,
you know.
right there with Arrowhead and Seattle.
Watch out. Jeez Louise. But okay, the next one is a new one is Justin Fields. I think he's more of a fantasy guy than a superstar quarterback. But he got injured against the Bills last week, so that's a disaster. And I think that's going to hurt the Jets even more. I didn't have them a playoff team anyway, and I just think they're going to sink further to the bottom.
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't, who do you know who their backup is? I honestly, I feel bad. I
Justin
didn't.
Fields should be a backup.
Oh
They hurt
well,
their
yeah.
backup, who's a
I mean, I know
starter.
that, but um, yeah, no, I completely agree. I wasn't high on the Jets. I think Fields played his best game of the season, week one. I think it's all downhill from here.
Well, it's not
For
Zach
him.
Wilson. Who's starting for the Jets? Who knows? Who cares? They're losing. They're the worst. J.J. McCarthy got hurt. I didn't read too much into his injury, but I believe he is out this week. I don't think it's going to be too long. But they got Carson Wentz starting for the Vikings. Ooh, how do you feel about that injury?
Oh, I've always been a Carson Wentz guy, so I'm hoping that he'll do well. I don't know if he actually will. I think he played one game last year for the Chiefs, and it was a disaster. Yeah, he was good with the Colts, but you guys took and pushed him out to the side. You guys were like, eh. No, you
Well,
had one bad game down the stretch. Well, you had multiple bad games, but.
yeah, that
But
was the
yeah,
hard
no,
knock
I
season.
like
They
Wentz.
pushed him
But no, I
aside.
mean he'll be all right, and that might be a good thing for the Vikings because he didn't McCarthy didn't look all that great really for the first 3 quarters of the Monday night game, and then all last week he looked bad. So maybe Vikings fans were like, well, you know what, it might be an all right decision, in the short term to go with another guy for now. So, but obviously it's not a long term thing. But I don't think Vikings fans are upset that they have Carson Wentz playing
I
week 3.
I think they'll play a little bit better with Carson Wentz because McCarthy looked more like the last week against the Bears for the first 3 quarters. So I was like, it's got to be somewhere in between. Who's gonna which McCarthy are we gonna see? And we saw the Bears McCarthy. So that For the first 3 quarters, that's what we saw this past week, which was not good. And the Vikings lost to the Falcons because I took the Vikings, hoping that it would be the other McCarthy, then they would easily beat Penix, but that didn't happen.
By the way, it's
So
Tyrod Taylor, the backup quarterback for the Jets. Tyrod
Oh, that's
Taylor.
right. I was covering that game, and man, he was so. I mean, he has some quickness when I was covering that game last week at the end, but it's not the same with the eyeball test. It's not the same, and he does like to throw the ball deep, but I don't see him being in the league much longer, even as a backup. But he's got plenty of experience. He's been on 17 teams. He's like the Ryan Fitzpatrick of the NFL today.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, then the next guy I got, the last guy for the quarterbacks is Jaden Daniels. He's iffy, he's questionable. I don't know if he's going to start, don't know if he's going to play. That we got to keep an eye on, and if he doesn't play, I don't think the Commanders win. But so that I'm not sure of. I'm gonna have to. I'll give my pick, but in a little while. But yeah, did you hear anything else about Jaden Daniels?
I did not. No. Do you know who's the backup there? I can look that up real quick, I guess.
I know it used to be Henneke, but didn't they? They just they traded for somebody.
Marcus Mariota. That's right.
Oh, Mariota. Oh no, did they trade somebody away?
Yeah, they traded Sam Howell away. That's
who it was. That's who I was
That's years
thinking.
ago. Okay, Marcus Mariota's not a bad backup. You know, I think he could step in and do well. He did that. I think he did that for a game last year, if I'm not mistaken. He came in and did very well when Daniels was out. So not a bad backup, high end backup there. So I don't know. I don't think they'll be in trouble against the Raiders, but we'll see. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, because you're low on the Raiders. They had a crappy game Monday night, but I think their offense could be good. But Geno Smith is in the toilet with the most interceptions. So he's not protecting the ball. He can throw the ball, but man, that's why I had the main reason the Raiders have higher up on my list through the data is because they ranked Geno Smith, I think, 10th in the league. But he is not playing like the 10th quarterback in the league.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy to me, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
He's crumbled. He's probably around 20 in the league, not 10. So
yeah,
that's why they got the big ugly L last week. Anyways, we'll get to the quarterback spotlight, and then we'll have to buy sell. Quarterback. The crazy thing about buy sell is like we do it twice a week, so there's a lot of buy sell, especially after we do Monday's game going to Thursday. It's like, what else do we have to talk about? What else can we buy and sell? But we got to think of something. We got to keep it fresh. We got to keep the chat entertained. So we will do quarterback spotlight. Which quarterback do you think the light shines on the most this week?
Quarterback spotlight. Okay, so I have two, and number one quarterback for me, someone again that I've been a very big critic of. I think you as well. It's going to be Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams heading on. They're actually hosting the Dallas Cowboys this week. A Cowboys defense that just let Russell Wilson look like Seattle Russell Wilson, and a Dallas defense that also let Jalen Hurts go 19 for 23 in the opening game. So I think Caleb Williams, despite, I'm not a big fan, I think he has a big game this week against the Cowboys, and I think he may just lead them to a victory. I don't know. It'll be a close one, but we'll find out. Caleb Williams. I think is going to have a big game in Chicago hosting the Cowboys.
Is this you talking, or is this like your entourage at the gas station? Like,
no, this is all me. No. You're taking
the
power rankings. Hey, that's the committee. The committee and I with that. Yeah, the committee. We do all that with the power rankings, but no, everything else is strictly this guy. And so this guy says Caleb Williams has a big day against the Cowboys.
When this spotlight goes to crap, because we're talking about Caleb Williams here, you're not going to pass it along to the committee. You're going to take the blame. You're going to be out here eating crow, and you're going to be like, I was wrong. I don't know why I put my faith in Caleb Williams.
I mean, he's playing in Dallas. Again, what did Russell Wilson just do? A lot of people hate on Russell Wilson. Threw for over 400 yards in a shootout against the Cowboys. Again, week one. Hurts 19 for 23, very efficient against that Cowboys secondary. Cowboys defense is terrible. And I think that's something that Caleb Williams will take advantage of, and it'll give the media, the media's going to hype him up. Oh, look, it's a bounce back game. In reality, no, he's still bad, but he will have a great game in week 3. It's going to happen. I mean, it's not like he's going to put up 17 stinkers. Caleb Williams is going to have a good performance this year, and I'm picking, hey, week 3 is a good time to make it happen.
You do know that Russell Wilson had many good years. He won a Super Bowl, but we're talking about Caleb Williams. We're going to put Caleb Williams and Russell Wilson.
Again, many people just feel like Russ isn't good anymore. Kind of did fall down the stretch, had a terrible week 1. I mean, that's something that just happened, and he bounced back and had a great week 2. And Hurts, he struggled in week 2 as well, in a way. I mean, he only had 100 yards passing. So, again, he had a great week 1, week 2, So, I just think Caleb Williams is due for a good performance, and I think it's going to happen against the Cowboys. I don't know. Are you a Cowboys fan? Are you offended that I'm putting Caleb to have a great team against your Cowboys? Is that what I'm hearing? You're the Cowboys guy on the show. You're the Skip Bayless of the show. If you're going to be the Skip Bayless of the show, then let me know. Then okay, I'll be sure to target the Cowboys every single week. Then. But I'm shocked that you're defending the Cowboys here.
It's not the Cowboys. It's the Caleb Williams that I've seen and been watching and looking at and observing, and everything about him is just so blah. He hopes one day to be mid, and he's nowhere near mid. And you're saying he's going way above mid against the Cowboys. Okay, question for you. 400 yards, Caleb Williams.
I mean, it's not out of the question against the Cowboys.
Not out of the question.
Out of the Cowboys.
Not out of the question.
I forgot the Cowboys were the 2013 Seahawks. Oh, man, the Cowboys 2025 defense, I guess we're ranking up there.
Well, that's what you sound like about Caleb Williams right now. You're going the extreme other way.
Doing here. I wasn't aware we were putting the Cowboys.
Well, you need to talk to that committee more and talk to the gas station people.
They're just going to shut down Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, again, he's going to have a good performance this year, and the media is going to eat it up. I'm not saying I'm going to eat it up. I'm just saying, hey, looking at the matchups, it's going to be Caleb Williams this week that's going to have a great quarterback spot, going to, just have a great game. And, hey, it is what it is.
I think after
and if
this
he doesn't.
We don't have to talk about Caleb Williams anymore after this week, because I'm tired of talking about Caleb Williams. This is just insanity, and it's just completely ridiculous. Congratulations on 900 subs, by the way.
Thank you. That was awesome. It was a great. It was like a 40 sub day yesterday. Did 2 streams, and it was fun.
But you gotta get me all riled up with Caleb Williams like I'm ridiculous. Anyway, okay, so my quarterback spotlight of the week, the light is shining on Matthew Stafford against the Eagles, because the Eagles are 2-0. They're doing just what they need to do to win. And we got to see how Matthew Stafford holds up, see if he can get that puka connection going still, and rise to the top and take down the Eagles. So we're looking at Stafford. Maybe you can put it on Hurts as well, who's kind of not throwing the ball that well this year. He only had over 100 yards last week, like 101, 102, something like that. So the quarterback spotlight's on these guys. These are the top teams in the NFC, and who knows? Whoever wins this game, maybe they can work their way to the number 1 seed. But I want to see Stafford perform against that Eagles secondary, try to steal a win from that. So that's my spotlight, Matthew Stafford.
I've never been a Stafford guy.
He's better than Caleb Williams.
I'm not saying he's. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, it's a good pick. I'm just not a Stafford guy. He is playing a very solid Eagles team, top to bottom. Again, we would probably think the Eagles as one of the best teams in the league, though they have, again, they barely beat the Cowboys, and they did go in Arrowhead and win. That's always a compliment. But I don't know. I mean, I'm just never a Stafford guy. But yeah, you have every right to put the spotlight on him. Hey, this is a big game. Can you get it done in Philly? I mean, it was a 27-20 in Philly last year in the playoffs, if I remember correctly. It was a close game there. Could have went either way. I don't know. I think the Eagles are just going to be too much for them. But you never know. I guess. I mean, it's not a bad choice, but I don't know. I think the Eagles defense, the front seven of the Eagles is just too good, and he's not as mobile, of course, as he was. So that might be a
And he wasn't
problem for
even
him.
that mobile. He was
Yeah,
but
he was okay, but yeah, I think that could be a problem. But yeah, it would be a great statement if they can go in there and get the dub.
all right. What's your third quarterback or your second quarterback?
So yeah, on my second one, quarterback spotlight needs a good performance. I mean, had an okay performance last week, stinker in week 1, and I think he could have a great performance this week. They host the Steelers. It's Drake May. The Steelers defense looks terrible. And I think Drake May is due again for a great performance. If the trends look great for the Patriots, they actually have not lost to the Steelers in Foxborough since 2008. That's when Brady was out for the year as well.
Wow.
So I'd be very cautious if I'm a Steelers fan. So, if you're going to pick them to beat the Patriots that weekend, again, Drake May, I think his poised for a great performance because Justin Fields had a great performance week 1, just shredded them through the air and on the ground. And Darnold, he did throw 2 picks. One of them was tipped. One of them was terrible. The other one, though, a tipped pick. It's not as I don't know. We don't view it the same as a straight up bad throw. But almost 300 yards, and again, the Seahawks offense, almost 400 yards of offense. It was just pretty bad. So I think the Patriots can have a very big day as they host the Steelers, and I think Drake May will, of course, have a big day. He's got the mobility, kind of like a Justin Fields, not the best thrower in the world, but can move. So I think that's going to be a tough ask for the Steelers defense.
Yeah. You were saying the Steelers' defense is terrible. Their offensive line is terrible. Special teams is terrible. I just want to keep talking about how bad the Steelers are just to get you mad. But anyway, we're talking about Drake May. I actually picked him on my fantasy show. It's like a sneaky pick for quarterbacks. We pick a good quarterback and a low-end quarterback that might produce. Mine was Drake May, and he came through with 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown against the Dolphins because the Dolphins' defense is bad too. And he came through, and he's looking good, and he's getting better. So I like Drake May. I think he's going to do fine. And if the Steelers defense is that bad, if they make Justin Fields look good, they may even make Caleb Williams look good. But we're not even talking about Caleb Williams. Well, you are. But we're not even talking about Caleb Williams. We're talking about Drake May. I think he'll have a good game. The spotlight's on him. But if he has a bad game, then it's time to worry a little bit. Then he's just up and down. And then he's looking at like an average quarterback. But as a young kid, let's see him slice and dice the Steelers defense. But I know you're going to be rooting against that.
Well, of course, yeah, no, but based on what I've seen this year, the Steelers, it doesn't look good. It'd be nice for them to have a bounce back performance, but again, they're going to a place they haven't won since 2008, and again, that was only because of Matt Castle. So I'm just very cautious.
Cautious indeed.
To pick
Yes,
the Steelers.
Vince says Drake May is a second string quarterback. We'll see. He's still got potential. He's only in year 2. He's showing some promise. There's ups and downs. And
well, I can tell you he would probably be first string on the Browns, but I mean, what do I know? But anyway, let's go ahead and move on.
All right. Well, we're going to have to buy, sell. So buy or sell.
Yes. Okay.
The first one I whipped out for buy or sell is Anthony Richardson getting traded. Now that Daniel Jones is playing so well, amazingly well, probably the best quarterback in the league. Maybe top 5. Not the best quarterback in the league, but he's moving on up, shocking the world. I always believed in him. I bought his jersey. I said this guy is great. I don't know what everybody else is talking about. You guys can go and try to find it out there. I don't know if you will. But maybe I said that off camera. I don't know. But Anthony Richardson getting traded. Buy or sell?
Yeah. I'm going to sell that. I don't know who in the world would take Anthony Richardson. Who would trade him? I'd rather just keep the 7th round pick. That's going to be
the 7th round pick.
Yeah, because the 7th round pick's probably not going to have like a 44% completion percentage if we take a quarterback. No, I don't see him. I don't see him going anywhere. He might, like after the Colts release him, as they probably will, he might be picked up once, and then after that, it's UFL or Canadian Football League.
I'm pretty sure he's got another another
nothing
year in his
else for him.
contract too. So
I mean, he might have that one team that picks him up and he has a tryout and he fails because, he's just, I'm selling and it's not the fact that, he's good. It's because no one's going to want him. I don't know who would take him.
well, I'll tell you who could possibly take him. All right, we just listed all those quarterbacks that are injured. There's plenty of quarterbacks out there. Quarterbacks are at a premium. He still has potential. He's got potential. It took Darnold forever to turn into something. Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield took a few years. This is what happens. So Anthony Richardson, I think the Colts should trade them. Do they trade him? I don't know. But I mean, Fields is out. Burrow is out. Daniels might be out. J.J. McCarthy is out. Purdy's out. So there's plenty of guys that could be willing to take him, bring him on as a backup. Maybe the Ravens get him as a backup to Lamar. He fits into that system, similar style. But of course, he's nowhere near Lamar. But Josh Rosen was traded for a third-round pick to the Dolphins years ago. A third-round pick. Josh Rosen was terrible from the start. Richardson shows flashes, and he has way less experience. There's going to be someone that's willing to gamble. Trey Lance keeps getting traded. People are just throwing picks for Trey Lance.
Yeah, but these guys also didn't have a 50%, 44% completion percentage as well. So no, I mean, that's the big thing when it comes to quarterback, Rhino. I'm sure you know this. So I'm confused why you're trying to push back.
But it's potential.
44. I mean, if you're throwing the ball at if it's a 50-50 coin flip every time you drop back to throw it, I mean, that's a problem. It's got to be 60% minimum. And the teams are not going to like that. They don't like it. Jamarcus Russell was more accurate than this guy. And he played for 3 years. I mean, no, it's not going to happen. There's nobody interested. I assure you, no one's going to be interested taking yourself out at quarterback in the middle of the game. Like, okay, that's all right. That's a no. And then already you're not good as a passer. So the potential doesn't matter. You're not going to reach it. I mean, I think most teams can agree.
They should lock up Daniel Jones, multi-year deal. Trade Richardson to get a fourth. Lock it in. Lock it in.
I mean, I could see the Browns trading for him, but I don't.
There you go.
I don't see any other team.
They got Gabriel and Shador, so adding Richardson to the mix would be something. Well, actually, that's something the Browns would probably do. Actually,
that's what I'm saying. The Browns are the only team I could see doing this. There's no one else that would do it. The
Saints, they got Shuck and Rattler. They're garbage too. So everybody needs a quarterback. I'm telling you.
I don't know. I agree they need a quarterback. I'm not denying that at all, but Anthony Richardson, no, not happening. Not happening at all.
I think all these GMs, they're just crazy, and they just go goo gaga over these flipping quarterbacks. And yeah, Richardson hasn't looked good, but someone's going to trade for him. I'm telling you.
Yeah, maybe a 2035 7th round pick. I could see that. I could see that being available. 7th round pick 10 years from now when we're old and gray.
Seahawks, Seahawks?
Seahawks, I mean, why? I don't know. I don't know about that. Again, I don't see. I mean, Darnold, you have Sam Howell over there. Like I said, I mean, I don't think they'd want a guy with 40% completion percentage. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I think the Colts, this is going to be
the future.
He may be competing for. I mean, what was he drafted at 3 or 4? This might be one of the worst draft picks of all time. That's how bad it is. That's how he might be up there with Jamarcus Russell.
We got to buy DrDelay and Anthony Richardson jersey. What's your buy sell?
So I'm like I said, I'm selling. I'm never gonna.
We're gonna buy you an Anthony Richardson jersey.
Selling. Okay, all right. So I got the Bengals. Of course, they started off 2-0. It's looking okay until, of course, the Burrow injury, and even though in those two wins they looked a little bit shaky. So buy or sell, the Bengals gonna miss the playoffs after starting 2-0, and they have no Joe Burrow.
Buying. I'm buying them missing the playoffs. They're missing the playoffs. They don't look good with Burrow. They're not going to look good without Burrow. I think Browning had 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Not going to look good. I don't believe in the Bengals. Their defense is trash. They're miraculously 2-0, and they might even win this week, which we'll get to in a little while. But no, no, I'd have to take a deep dive at their schedule, but Bengals, they do not look like a playoff team to me. Jamar Chase is their shining light, and that's it. Everybody else, Higgins, he's supposed to be more than but it's all Chase. I don't believe in Brownie. He's a capable backup, but it's too long. 3 months without Burrow? No. Nope, nope, nope.
I agree.
I'm out.
I'm buying that they're not making the playoffs. They just again they look pretty bad in both of their wins, which again all you're supposed to do is win. That's all that matters. But yeah, I just don't see it sustaining. Now I do have to add Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, and then Chase Brown. They've been very good for the Bengals. They're the two bright spots for them in the offense. But yeah, I would buy the fact that they're not going to make the playoffs despite the 2-0 start.
Interesting. All right. I'm gonna go and mix it up. I had one, but I'm calling it audible. I wrote a couple other ones down, but I'm gonna go with buy or sell Russell Wilson starting all year long.
I'm selling. I think again, like going to my point earlier, the Cowboys defense is not good. They're terrible. And I think Russ had a great game. And I like Russ. And again, I thought Russ played all right with the Steelers last year, did fade down the stretch. But again, I think that was more of a Steelers thing rather than a Russ thing. But these guys want to see how Dart can do or what he can do. And there's a lot of potential with Dart. And I just don't see Russ. I mean, they're 0-2. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. Obviously, they have the Chiefs up, so they could be looking at 0-3. So I think they're going to be looking to that backup quarterback in Dart very, very soon. So yeah, no, I'm selling despite the performance. Again, we saw what he was capable of in the first 4 quarters. We saw Seattle Russ, and then in overtime we saw Denver Bronco Russ. So I think that just again, it's a killer. Dable hates stupid picks. That was a stupid pick. He's got a short leash. I would say mid-season we're going to see Dart.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with Dart coming week 9, and it's gonna happen once the Giants get eliminated from the playoffs. It's like, all right, Russ, thanks for stepping in, thanks for playing well here and there. Time to move on. We got to see our future because Russell Wilson's not sticking around. But why? Why do the Giants have Jameis Winston on this roster? I mean, I guess they didn't think they were gonna get Russell Wilson, but they got Jameis Winston there to what? Just eat those W's? Did you see that on the sideline? Like that was so. It was the dumbest thing in the past. I mean, he's an FSU guy, but like, oh my God, eating that W on the sideline, that is just so cringe. I can't take it. That's just the worst I've ever seen. The best thing is they didn't even win. They didn't even win. That's so classic. That's hilarious. But I'm saying, he's not starting all year long. Week 9. That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, no, completely agree. Okay, well, I'll trim mine down as well. So this will be my last one. So obviously the Colts are 2-0. That is a fact, despite it not making any sense. The Texans.
It's not making any sense. What do you mean it's not making any sense?
It makes no sense. Whatever you say, it makes no sense. The Colts 0-2. The Titans 0-2. The Jaguars 1-1.
No, you said Colts 0-2. You got to fix that right now.
2-0.
Fix that right now.
Texans 0-2. Titans 0-2. Jaguars 1-1. Colts 2-0. The Colts are going to win the AFC South by or sell.
That's not even a question. That is not even a question. We're buying that so hard, so easy. I am going to take my whole bank account and throw it on the Colts. I'm not going to do that, but that's if I was a betting man, which I'm not a betting man. I don't want you guys to bet, but wow, this is like almost the lock of the year right now with the way that they're playing. Colts making the playoffs. Wow, buy or sell. This shouldn't even be a debate. We don't even have to hear your side. Like, it's just, yes, Daniel Jones, amazing. He's second in passing in the league so far. I know it's only 2 games, but he's right behind Russell Wilson, dear God. But anyway, Daniel Jones, second in passing yards. We got Jonathan Taylor first in rushing yards ahead of ETN. So, and they throw it to everybody. Like, he throws it to the wide open guy, Tyler Warren. He's a rookie, but he's in his prime. He's better than, I don't know, 25 other tight ends in the league already. It's just crazy. And then against PS2, Daniel Jones is like, I'm not scared of you. Boom, throwing passes all over the place. He's like, I don't care. You know who led the Broncos in tackles? PS2. Why? Because he couldn't cover the close wide receivers and then had to tackle him afterwards. And that's the best cornerback in the league. This is the best quarterback in the league, and Daniel Jones is like, whatever, I can throw it wherever I want because his offensive line is so good. The only weak spot on the Colts right now is the defensive line's not getting as much pressure. Everything else is great. Bynum leads the league in interceptions. He's got 2. Battle on the Bengals have 2. Come on. They are destroying people. Destroying, and they didn't even have 2 of their cornerbacks last week. And they didn't have Latu, their defensive end, and they beat the Broncos. They are in the playoffs. They're winning the South. It's guaranteed. The Texans might lose this week. They're going to lose it. I'm going to keep going. You keep looking at your watch because you know what time it is? Colts time. They are winning the division. They're winning the division. I'll keep going. You put that watch away.
All right. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest. I really hate to admit this to you. I really hate to admit this to you,
coffee?
Rhino. Really hate to admit it. I'll be honest. I'm a guy of truth. I be honest with people. That's what I do here. I'll be honest with you. The Colts are going to have a great meltdown. I'm going to enjoy every single second of it. The Colts are pretty much just last year's 2024 Saints. Oh, they started off 2-0. Oh, my goodness, they're looking so good. They didn't punt for the first 2 weeks. I think that's the same thing with you guys. Daniel Jones playing out of his mind. Oh, that reminds me of a quarterback last year. Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, all that offense popping off out of nowhere. And they were like top 5 draft pick. That's what's going to happen to the Colts. It's going to be fun to see because of all you Dr. Denial. Oh, you got to sell on Dr. Delay. Oh, man. Sell on you. Sell on the Colts. Get rid of them. I would keep all that money in your bank account because they are going to be this year's 2024 Saints, and you're going to be looking at the end of the year and be like, man, that was a fun 2 weeks. But that's right. It was just 2 weeks. This is it. This is peak Colts because when it comes down to it, they are not a good team. Trust the doctor because the doctor never lets you down. He might tell you stuff that you don't want to hear. You're going to be like, man, I went to the hospital. That doctor prescribed some stuff. I don't want to take it. You better take it because the Colts are done. This is it. No more Danny Dimes. It's going to be, I failed there as far as coming up with something, but I'm telling you, he's going to go back to the Giants, Daniel Jones. That is what he does. That's why they got rid of him. You guys are taking him. It's been a good 2 weeks, but no more. It comes crashing down very, very soon.
All right, doctor. The doctor's in. So when you go to a doctor and you ask him, hey, I'm sick. I'm coming to you and tell me what my sickness is. And the doctor goes and says, well, you're sick. You're sick. That's not good enough. Why are you sick? Right? You're just saying the Colts are bad. Why are they bad? Why are they not good? Tell me, doctor. What are the symptoms of badness?
Last year, when the 2024 Saints were 2-0, they were popped 96 points.
No, I don't care about the Saints.
Why were they
that's
doing
somebody else's injury. That's somebody else's sickness. What is the Colts sickness?
They're having a great stretch, but at the end of the day, they're getting more film. The team's getting more film, and you're going to see the Colts just go back to what we were all expecting. We, as in me. That's it. Again, I don't really need reasons. I just know for
you need to tell me the symptoms of the Colts.
Everything
what is wrong
I've seen
with
in
them?
the future.
You don't know what's wrong with them.
The playoffs don't have the Colts in it. I've seen it. I just saw it right now. I didn't see the Colts in the playoff picture. I don't know.
They have the second best passing, the best rushing.
It happens. It happens.
The best offensive line. What is their weakness? Man. I told you that their defensive line is not the best.
Oh, yeah. 7-10. No. I don't think they get you the playoffs. Oh, no. 7-10. Dang it. 5 more wins. Count them. You got to count them now.
That's the only thing is the more film. That's all you're saying, but you're not saying what's wrong with them.
That doesn't. I don't need to. This is it.
You don't need to.
Trust me. You're not going to keep it up. You can't keep it up. You can't.
Why not?
You can't. You haven't punted yet. There's no way you're going to tell me the punter has 0 punts. It's just not going to happen. You're playing your best football. Again, the 2024 Saints, the same thing. Are you going to sit there and say, I don't know why in the world did the 2024 Saints just fall off a cliff? They were so good. They had 96 points in their first 2 weeks. I can't think of a reason. Well, it's because they just weren't good. They weren't good. They couldn't keep it up. And these guys are pretty much the exact same team. 100%.
Well, one of us are getting 9/18, 2025. We're going to go back and clip this and see how one of us is just way wrong.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, so we'll have to go and short that at the end of the year. Probably, let's say, week 11 when the Colts clinch the AFC South. On to our predictions. We got 22 minutes. We're starting with tonight's game, the Dolphins and the Bills. I don't think there's really much to talk about. I just put a post on my community page saying how many points are the Bills going to win by. 1-9, 10-29, 10-19, and so on. So it's not going to be close. We both agree that the Bills are winning easily. So it's just ridiculous. There's not Josh Allen.
There's really nothing to talk about, to be honest with you. I'd like to see the Dolphins make it a close game. I just don't know. I just don't think it happens. But yeah, I'm even debating covering this one or another game. So I honestly don't even know. So, but I'm going to go with the Bills. Bills at home. Dolphins don't look all that great. Dolphins kind of figured it out later in that second game against the Patriots. So maybe that trends forward. I don't know. But even so, I think it's
they did show little signs of life, which was good to see, especially for my Colts, so that the Dolphins aren't as bad as everybody thinks they are, so they could be like, oh, they beat the Dolphins and they're so terrible. But they held their own and made it a game in the second half against the Patriots. But anyway, before we hop into the rest of the games, that's Thursday night. I'm going to be covering. Are you covering the game tonight too?
I don't know yet. No idea.
Yeah, it's gonna be a slaughter. I mean, people are just gonna go and hang out just to watch how good Josh Allen is, I think. So, but anyway, this past week, I went 13-3 in my picks, 12-4 week 1. I'm 25-7, which is 92%.
Yeah, that's very good.
Had a great week. Yeah, I lost with McCarthy and the Vikings, so that was the main one.
I went 11-5. Let's see here. Yeah, I lost Seattle. New Orleans picked the upset there. Picked Denver over Indy. Picked KC over Philly.
Yeah, I lost Denver too.
What did I miss? Oh, Miami and New England. Those were my misses. So 11-5, 23-9. So that's still not too shabby, but yeah. We can't do that. All right. So yeah, I'm picking Buffalo. You want to go to the next game or?
Well, yeah, we're hopping to Sunday football.
Okay, so I have Green Bay and Cleveland. Green Bay at Cleveland. I'm gonna go with Green Bay. I know it's a shocker, but yeah, I think that's going to be. Now it probably will be a lower scoring game. The Browns do have a solid defense, but I think the Packers are just too much, and the fact that the Browns' offense is terrible, just going to keep pretty much punting it away from their own 20 and giving the Packers a short field. And, I foresee that happening. Packers going to be all over the Browns.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. I know the Browns are home, so watch out for the dog pound. But the Packers are way too good right now. Their defense is smothering. Flacco is going to get destroyed. I would even watch out that Flacco gets too banged up that they might have to bring in Gabriel. So we'll put a little Gabriel watch on this game, but Packers win in a landslide. I don't think as bad as the Bills will smash the Dolphins tonight, but the Packers are looking like the complete team. I'm starting to believe in them. I don't like it, but the Browns, we're talking about the Browns here. We don't have to go too much into this. There's probably about 4 games that are going to be close that we got to dive into, but this one's not one of them. Those should be 2 locks of the week.
Okay.
All right. Then we'll go to Colts and Titans. You're loving the Colts. You're saying that they're gonna beat. I'll talk for you because I know how much you love the Colts. They're gonna beat the Titans. Titans are home. Titans are bad. They had a good defense against the Broncos the previous week, but Cam Ward, he can't do anything. He's getting stymied. I think the Colts are gonna bring the crazy blitzes at him. He's gonna throw some interceptions. Bynum's going to go up even more, probably get another one. He'll go 3 for 3 with interceptions. Colts just rumble on their way to that AFC South title.
Yeah, I'm picking the Titans. I'm not even kidding. It's going to be an upset here. Tennessee at home, and again, the Colts. We're
You're
going to
fighting so hard right
Giants. Now. We're going to see Giants Daniel Jones in action here today or Sunday. And I just got the Titans. They're due for a win. The Colts are due for a loss. Look, the law of averages usually wins at the end of the day. I'm just a doctor. What do I know? So I'm picking.
Are you teaching me the math?
Picking the Titans. I'm sorry.
I thought you said you were going with the Colts.
No, I never said that. Never in my life. This guy's wrong.
Am I crazy?
This guy's speaking for me. Hold on, I'm getting bored
you're going with the Colts too, and now you're switching to Titans. Are you gaslighting me?
Yeah, I'm literally. I have Tennessee circled here. Had it Tennessee circled.
I could have sworn, chat. Didn't he say you're going with the Colts too?
Never.
What do you mean never? What do you mean never?
I'm gonna hide my camera real quick, but yeah, it's gonna be Titans over the.
You're seriously taking the Titans?
I'm not even kidding. I'm picking the Titans to win. I'm ready to call the next one or see the next one here.
Why? Why the Titans?
The Titans are due for a win. The Colts are due for a loss.
It's like, the doctor says, you're due to get healthy. You'll be fine. You're due to be healthy.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to say. The Colts are the favorite.
Why are the Titans due? What are they good at?
The favorites win all the time. That's right. I remember that. Vegas always loses money. That's right. Oh, yeah.
So you're going against the odds just because?
I'm going with the Titans here. I don't know what you want me to say. Man. I picked the Titans in my pick'em. It's official. Boom.
It's official. There it is. You heard it from the doctor. Daniel Jones, second best passing. I went through this. Taylor, most rushing yards. Offensive line, too good. They're going to stuff the Titans. Cam Ward can't pass the ball. He's going to throw a couple interceptions. He is looking like a rookie. He's looking almost as bad as Anthony Richardson with the completion percentage and yardage. It's not pretty. It is not good for Cam Ward. They have no one to throw to. Their best receiver drops the ball more than, I don't know, you create some stupid thing and then we can start talking about, the Titans dropped the ball more than blah, 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 and talk about that for 30 minutes. Titans are done.
You know what? I look forward to your rant Sunday night. I'll be honest. All right, Cincinnati at Minnesota. I'm going with the Vikings. I'm going with Carson Wentz. Like I said, I think that might actually be an improvement for the short term when it comes to quarterback. The Bengals running with Browning. He threw 3 picks despite the win in Jacksonville. It's a game Jacksonville should have won, but they just snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. And I think the Bengals are due to lose one of these games again. They got outplayed.
Stop it with that lose crap.
They got outplayed by Cleveland. They got outplayed by Jacksonville. And I think Minnesota is going to be the team that gets the dub and forces the loss for the Bengals.
All right, everybody, listen up and listen good. All right, because here it comes. I agree with Dr. Delay. Vikings win. Carson Wentz is an improvement. The Bengals, they have Browning. He's going to throw too many interceptions against this Vikings defense. Bengals maybe can run the ball a little bit, but Browning's going to choke, crumble on the road. Cincinnati can't go 3-0 because they're due for a loss. Look at me. You're due for a loss. They're due for a loss.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone goes either 17-0 or 0-17. I think that's how it works. Is that not how it works?
But you gotta have the reasons. There's reasons why.
The law of averages, history. History usually repeats. That's how it goes.
I don't care about history. I care about history. Now.
History is good.
History is good if those players from the team are on the team.
I don't know.
Not if they're like
the Steelers. We're not going to talk about the Colts. Haven't beaten the Patriots in Foxborough since 2008. The Steelers haven't beaten the Eagles
but it doesn't
in
matter.
Philly since 1966. Is that not something? It's something.
It's something, but it doesn't matter. Like, we're not going to talk about the Colts that have Peyton Manning.
They don't have Peyton Manning. Turnpike for some reason. Those 70 teams, they could beat the Eagles. The 2000 Steelers won 2 Super Bowls. They just couldn't beat the Eagles in Philly. It just happens. It happens. I'm sorry. History.
But there's reasons why it happened. Not because it happened before with other teams and other years. That's not why.
It just happens. It happens. I don't know what you want me to say. Hey, look, I'm 23-9. It's not a bad record. I'm only 2 wins behind you. Okay,
we're doing well with our picks.
You gotta go. I'm just going with the Vikings. I don't know what you want me to say.
Yeah, well, I agree. We agree on that one. Why is it that we agree? We're still yelling at each other because because we're both
Hey, you're taking
ridiculous.
shots at this guy. This
Steelers,
guy, 23-9.
Packers.
Give me the. You say Packers or Patriots?
Oh, Patriots. My bad. My
It's
bad.
Patriots. I'm going with the Patriots. I'm actually sticking with it again. I'm going with the Patriots.
I'm
Over
glad you
Pittsburgh
did, because if you went Steelers, I was ending the show.
The defense looks terrible. And again, the Steelers, they just can't win in Foxborough. And I think the Patriots are a team on the rise. They really are. I think I had them in about middle of the pack.
Tell us about that defense of the Steelers. Tell us.
They're terrible. They have run defense. They can't stop a nosebleed. And then when it comes through the air, I mean, it just, again, Darnold and Fields Fields had his best game of his career against the Steelers. And then Darnold throwing for almost 300 yards. It's just terrible. The offensive line, of course, is terrible. I know you look at Rodgers' stats on Sunday, you're thinking he played terrible. He really had no time to throw. It was actually horrible. Receivers not getting open for him. It looked pretty bad. They looked lethargic. They just didn't look like they were prepared to play. And again, I'm anti-Tomlin, so it's time for him to go. It is what it is. Give me the Patriots over the Steelers. But I'm pulling, of course, for next.
I got more faith in Drake May this week than I do Aaron Rodgers against the Patriots. I'm leaning the Patriots as well. They're the home team. May looking good. Actually, I'm looking on ESPN and 75% picked the Steelers. What is everybody thinking? Do they believe in Aaron Rodgers? Do they believe in the Steelers team? What's going on? Like, they have no offensive line. If Rodgers has an offensive line, he may look good, but why is everybody picking the Steelers? I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, I hope to be wrong with this one next week, but
maybe everybody just thinks they're due. They're not due. Patriots win.
Yeah,
all right. Rams and Eagles.
I got the Eagles. Again, I'm not a Stafford guy. I think the Eagles defense will be way too much for Stafford. Yeah, I mean, they really only have Puka. I mean, the running back's pretty good, Kyron Williams, but I don't know. I don't really see the Rams going into Philly and winning. And again, Philly's been squeaking out these wins, but they just keep winning. I mean, they've been on a huge run. I just can't pick the Eagles until they lose. So I'm just going to go with the Eagles. And of course, I'm talking about the run since last year as well. 2-0. And they've been very good.
You're going with Eagles. And the Eagles, they just win. They have the most complete team in the league. But to me, they're not firing on all cylinders yet. I'm worried with Jalen Hurts. I mean, Barkley's, they just give it to Barkley because Hurts is not being able to pass. I'm worried about these wide receivers. I'm worried about the quarterback. I'm thinking they'll get in the groove soon. I just don't think it's against the Rams defense. The Rams defense holding their own. They're doing it right. Rams are 2-0. They're my pick for the West, the NFC West. And if they can keep Stafford upright and give him time to pass and get it to Nakua, I think the Rams win. Now, my data says, the Eagles are way better than everybody else, but since I've been watching the Eagles, they've been doing just enough to win. Maybe they do that again. Maybe they do just enough to win. But I think the Rams are playing better than the Eagles, and the Rams are going to win. So that's my shocking pick. But the Eagles could easily just prove me wrong and just win again by another one-score game. They could be like the New Age Chiefs where they just win those one-score games. And I wouldn't doubt it because they're so powerful. But I'm going against my data because I've seen I like what I see from the Rams. And the Eagles, they're not there yet. But this could be the week. So I could easily be wrong on this pick, but I'm leaning Rams.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have the.
But I wouldn't put money behind it. But that's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. I don't even see it being as a 50-50. I see it as a 60-40 Eagles favor. But
86% of the people took the Eagles, so most people are going Eagles. Oh
yeah. All right, Jets at the Buccaneers. Going with the Buccaneers. They've looked really good. The Jets are going to be starting Tyrod Taylor. Ironically, just a little fun fact here, it was Baker that took over for Tyrod in Cleveland whenever he made his MLB. What am I talking about? Baseball. NFL debut.
What is baseball?
Hey, baseball's been good to me, but yeah, I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. They look good, and they're hosting the Jets with a backup quarterback. Jets looked terrible last week. They looked great against the Steelers. terrible against the Bills. I don't think they'll look all that great against the Buccaneers, especially again with Tyrod Taylor. So give me the Bucks, easy win. That's a lock, by the way. It's the lock of the week.
Lock it in. I agree. Lock it in. With Fields, they lose. With Tyrod Taylor, they lose even worse. Jets 0-2, Buccaneers 2-0. And is there any other quarterback in the league that you want right now more than Baker Mayfield? This guy in the fourth quarter is playing lights out, and he's got the energy, he's got the enthusiasm, he's got the it factor in the fourth quarter. He is firing on all cylinders, he looks great, wins games, comes through in the clutch. Baker Mayfield, yeah, the first pick in, what was that, the 2018 draft? Baker Mayfield, once he leaves the Browns, he gets good, and now he's great, especially in the fourth quarter. First three quarters, okay, he's mid. Fourth quarter, this guy's going to win you the football game. He doesn't even have to play in the fourth quarter against the Jets on Sunday.
I don't know about all that, but yeah, no, Baker looks really good. Yeah, I'm very happy for him to re-find himself in Tampa Bay. Las Vegas.
Watcher, 1 second. Stop it with the Caleb Williams talk. Stop it. You're gonna get DrDelay fired up saying how good that guy is.
I do not think Caleb's good. I just think he's having one good week against the Cowboys, and all of a sudden
the
Caleb Williams guy. I didn't realize that was the
it.
Caleb Williams guy, the guy that's I've not liked him forever, but all of a sudden because I think he's going to have a good week, I'm the Caleb Williams guy.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't aware I was supposed to defend the Cowboys defense. Okay, the Raiders at the Redskins. Give me the Redskins here. I like the Redskins. I know they might have quarterback issues there, but I just don't buy the Raiders. I'm sorry. I just don't think the Raiders are any good. They look terrible against the Chargers on Monday night. And again, Washington, they're a good team. I don't know if they're as good. I think they overplayed themselves. Like they overachieved, I think, last year. So I think we're going to see a little bit more of a regression there. But they're still a better team than the team in Las Vegas. So give me the commies, Redskins, commies, whatever.
Yeah, the Raiders had an awful week last week. They beat the Patriots week 1. Genty, he's going to grow. He's doing okay. I like Bowers. Geno Smith playing awful. Hate Geno. He's towards the bottom. But to me, it's the Commanders are the way better team. It's true. But we got to keep an eye on Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels plays, easily lock in the Commanders because I have the Commanders. If he doesn't play, it's probably 60-40. And maybe if Geno doesn't have a Geno game, the Raiders could win. But I'm all over the Commanders. They're ready to bounce back. They got to get that win. They got to go 2-1. They can't go 1-2 and think they're going to be a legitimate wild card in the NFC East. So, Commanders win. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. I'm disappointed in the Raiders. I thought they would play better on Monday night, and they didn't. So,
yeah. All right. Next game.
Falcons Panthers.
Yeah. Gonna go. I guess we're pushing the clock here real quickly. Again, I'm gonna go with the Falcons over Carolina. Carolina actually almost stole that game from Arizona. I think I just can't get that out of my head. I can't believe that was that close. But the Falcons, I mean, they looked all right against Minnesota. I mean, it was just a terrible game. I think they won the battle of the mid there. But again, I think they're gonna just take care of the Panthers. Bryce Young seems to have regressed again. He looked good in the second half, but I don't know if that is a thing to really hey, look, watch for this. So give me the Falcons. I think they're a better team, and they should take care of Carolina.
Yeah, the Falcons almost beat the Bucs week 1. The Falcons, I'm starting to think, might be a wild card. They might be a wild. They have a chance. I didn't think they were going to be this good this year, and they're playing well. Panthers, no. Bryce Young was awful. He came through in garbage time and made it look like a game. But Bryce Young is not pretty. And, yeah, you can't believe in the Panthers. I mean, they are home. That's the only thing. But you got to go Falcons. With the eye test, they're playing way better. Bijan Robinson is awesome. The Panthers going to be chasing after him like crazy. Penix isn't there yet, but Bijan can carry the load. So, Falcons win that one on the road.
Next game on the docket is another AFC South. So AFC South playing divisional games this week. Houston at Jacksonville. I like Jacksonville this year, but for some reason, I just can't pick the Texans to lose to the Jaguars. I'm going to the Texans. Texans, they own Jacksonville. They've owned them for the past decade. And I think that continues again. Going with history, I know that's a controversial topic. History usually repeats itself, but yeah, you're not supposed to pick history for some reason. Give me the Texans over Duval.
All right. Well, you're not supposed to pick on history, but because I like data and numbers, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go all Dr. Delay on you. The Texans are due. They can't go 0-3. Why? Just because they can't go 0-3. The
It's
doctor
impossible.
has spoken. Dr. Rhino says they can't go 0-3 and think they're gonna win the division. The Jaguars are playing the better team in my opinion. Trevor Lawrence, I'm trusting him slightly more than CJ Stroud. Stroud's not looking good. Sophomore slump last year, not looking great this year, but they have to win this game, right? The Texans have to win. They can't lose to the Jaguars. So I'm picking the Texans because they're due. They're better on paper, but they're 0-2. But they're due. So there you go. There you have it. Does that make sense? Does that work?
It makes sense to me, but when I say it, it's hate. Oh, this guy, he
It's
can't
just
say that.
ridiculous.
He
No,
can't say
I'm
that.
picking
Whenever
them.
I say it, it makes no sense.
In the
Okay,
power rankings, they're the better team, and they're supposed to win this game. But it looks like the Jaguars are playing a little bit better. So I'm taking Texans. Broncos, Chargers. Who do you got?
give me the Chargers. Denver has not looked good at all. I mean, they, I guess, looked all right against the Colts. They could be 2-0 if, the Phantom call. It is what it is. The Chargers looked pretty solid on Monday night against the Raiders. Of course, they are the Raiders. And then, but they did beat the Chiefs in Brazil. So I don't know. I just like the Chargers. They look to be the better team. Denver again. I don't know. That was a terrible Week 1 game. I feel bad for you that covered. You covered that game, and
That was
then
bad.
Week 2. Again, you covered also the Broncos. So you've seen more of the Broncos. You'll probably give more of an accurate take on how the Broncos are. They seem to be not that great from a distance. Like, that team that made the playoffs last year seems to be much better than this year's team. I could be wrong on that, but give me the Chargers. Herbert's look good, and I think that continues in Week 3.
Yeah, Broncos defense did well against the Titans, but that's Cam Ward, the rookie. We all knew that was going to happen. The defense against the Colts, they got beat up. They didn't even force the Colts to punch. They had 2 stops on 4th down, which was good, but dangerous. Danny Dimes dropped 29 on them. So we don't know how good this Broncos defense is. It's supposed to be good, but the offense, one really good game, Knicks, one not so good game against the Titans. But he played well against the Colts, but with a few key pieces on the Colts missing. But either way, he played well. But to me, it comes down to Justin Herbert versus Bo Nix. Herbert's a step ahead of Bo Nix at this point of his career. You got to go with the Chargers. They're the home team. Herbert just wins this year. We're not in the playoffs yet. That's where Herbert might choke. In the regular season, I'm betting on Herbert and Harbaugh to take down Nix and Peyton. So Chargers win this. And we already passed the 2-minute warning. We're in overtime. We're moving to the Saints and the Seahawks. Let's hear it.
All right, give me the Seahawks. Again, the Saints look pretty bad. Thought they could pull the upset last week with multiple stars out in San Francisco. They did not. And Seattle coming off a pretty solid win. Honestly, I don't know why now I'm thinking the Saints might win this. But no, give me the Seahawks. Again, Darnold looked pretty good. Kenneth Walker looks legit. But again, the Steelers' defense is as soft as tissue. So I don't know. But yeah, no, the Saints just look pretty
Depends
bad.
on what kind of tissue.
What's
There's
that?
some rough tissue out there.
There are some rough tissue, but the lotion, the nice lotion on the tissue there to
We got to put that in the basket.
Yeah, you don't want that red underneath your nose whenever you're blowing your nose.
Man,
the lotion tissue. And but no, give me the Seahawks again. They just seem to be better, and the Saints again. I think they are number 1 pick contender. So yeah, give me the Seattle.
I have the Saints on the bottom. You had the Bears going towards the bottom too. Saints are bad. You took the Saints last week because of the Niners injuries, but.
Yeah.
I took the Steelers last week over the Seahawks, and the Seahawks came through with a win. 97% of people are going Seahawks. I don't think it should be 97% to 3, but I think it should be the Seahawks. I'm taking the Seahawks. Yeah, Darnold will do just enough to get the win. They'll run the ball with Walker,
Yeah,
Charbonnet, and
and they're home.
yeah, they
So
got
all the
the
factors lean
13th
there.
man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the 12th man,
12th
rather?
man, but yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm thinking of Canada. So if Seahawks were up there in Canada, which they're close, then they'd have the 13th man. They'd be
The
unstoppable.
CFL's changing you. It's I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
believe that. All right, Dallas at Chicago. I'll let you go first.
This is the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst. Like, I don't want to pick any of these teams. I mean, we're talking about Dak Prescott versus Caleb Williams,
I don't
which
know.
is
You seem to
like,
be the Cowboys guy on the show now, so
I am not the Cowboys.
you're
I
the
am not
Cowboys
Skip
guy.
Bayless.
Based on what? Hey guys, I'm telling you, if you didn't check in earlier, check into the first 10 minutes. Rhinos all Cowboys. I know. I need. Yeah. Rhinos Cowboys guy. Skip Bayless.
Caleb Williams. Well, I don't even want to mention that guy's
Rhino
name. We're going to
Bayless.
call him Dak Prescott minus 1.0. Okay, that's who Caleb Williams is. And why? Because he's not even going to make the playoffs. The Cowboys can make the playoffs and then lose because that's what Dak does. But no. Well, I must. I'm going to take the Cowboys. Moving on, your picks.
Give me the Bears. Give me the
The
Bears.
Bears.
Caleb
You
is due.
love Caleb
The
Williams.
Bears.
I told
Give
you.
me the Bears. They're going to get their first one of the season against a very bad Cowboys defense. Now
We can't talk
the
about these
Cowboys have been
teams.
running the ball very well. Dak seemingly playing all right, but again, that's just kind of what he does. He plays okay, and then playoff time, he says, "Yeah, that was just a fluke," every single time. But yeah, give me the Bears. I think Caleb Williams due for a good day. Again, I'm not saying I'm not a Caleb Williams
The
guy.
Bears.
I could not care less for Caleb
Oh my
Williams.
God,
Not,
they're gonna get
not
the
great.
first win at
But
home.
yeah, give me the Bears at home.
All right, what's the over under on Caleb Williams passing yards?
I think I could see 250. I mean, honestly, 300. Honestly, I think he could just start bombing it out there in Chicago against this Cowboys defense. I think he's going to have a good day. But that's just me. What do I know? I mean, I'm just 23-9. I mean, that's pretty solid. But
Bears fans, don't go to the doctor if you guys get sick. All right.
I don't know. I think the Bears they'll be 1-2. I mean, yeah, they're 0-2, right? I can't remember honestly.
The Bears are 0-2. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be 1-2 after this week. All right, Arizona at San Francisco. These are my top two NFC West teams. So I think it'll be a very good game. But give me the home
Rams.
team. It's a coin. Oh, the Rams who they're going to lose to Philly. Give me the Niners. I'm just going to go with the home team. Really, again, I think these two teams are very solid. And well, maybe not Arizona. Arizona's okay to good, but San Francisco to me, I think they're going to be returning to form. I don't really think they've played a great game yet, and they're still 2-0. So I'm liking what I'm seeing out of there. I think this is going to be their first home game as well, so they're going to be fired up for their fans in San Francisco. So give me the Niners. I don't know. I think it'll be like a 7-point game, honestly. Yeah, touchdown game.
Yeah, this is the game I don't like the most because my power rankings, I got the Niners way ahead of the Cardinals, but they got Mac Jones. So, and then they have no Kittle. So that brings them down like 2 notches. The Cardinals playing well. I like their young offense, Marvin Harrison Jr., Trey Benson. I think those guys are going to shine. Hopefully, Kyler Murray can do something against this Niners defense. I'm going the Cardinals on the road. Shocking the Niners. That's a crazy one. This is like my closest pick. I don't like it, but with the injuries and Mac Jones, he had a great game last week. I don't think he repeats that, so I'm going Cardinals. All right, Chiefs and Giants. I got the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's not doing it again. And the Chiefs are due. Aren't they delayed? They are due.
Well, so are the Giants, but yeah, you don't see me picking them. Yeah, no, I'm going to pick the Chiefs. I'm sorry. I can't pick the Giants over the Chiefs. There's just no way. As much I would love to see them go 0-3. I think you're also a Chiefs guy as well. So the Cowboys
really.
And you're the Chiefs guy in the show.
Not
now.
even close.
Thank you for clarifying everything.
No.
Ryan. But yeah, give me the give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs. I want the Chiefs.
Yeah, there's no way that Andy Reid gets outcoached by Daboll. I don't see that.
I will push back here. I like Daboll. Daboll's a great coach. I think he's a great coach. Just has a terrible, terrible team. Well, a team that is, I think, still trending up, but again, I think they need a
All right.
quarterback and an offensive line. But yeah, give me the Chiefs. It should
Last
be a blowout.
pick. Lions versus Ravens, because we are running overtime. This is a long overtime. Big
Ravens over the
overtime for
Lions.
the season.
Ravens gonna bully the Lions. The Lions look terrible against the
Smash them.
Packers, and then they smashed the Bears, but that was at home. They're once again on the road, and I think the Ravens will look pretty good. I honestly think that's going to be a blowout as well. I honestly think the Ravens. Whoever I think, okay, I'll take this back. Whoever gets out in front early, I think will run away with it. I think it's going to be bully ball from whoever's ahead, because I think both these teams, once they get down, I think they have that losing mentality. They're going to get pummeled by the other team. That again, both teams are front runners. So I don't know. I just see the Ravens winning.
Yeah,
I
the
go
Ravens are home. If the Lions are home, I believe more in Goff. I think he's on the road. And Lamar Jackson's Lamar Jackson. So the Ravens going to run the ball. They're going to pass the ball. Lamar's going to do whatever he wants. Yeah, I don't see a situation where the Lions win. They can win. I just don't see it right now. They beat the Bears. We need more of a sample size for the Lions because they crushed the Bears. But it's the Bears who you're taking this week. But the Bears. So which team are we going to see? The Lions against the Packers or the Lions against the Bears? To me, the Ravens are more Packers than Bears. So Goff is going to struggle or not going to put up 5 touchdowns like he did last week. So, and the Ravens, they did well against the Bills. So you have to go and say the Ravens. You have to. You have to.
Yeah, no,
And if you don't,
I
then you're
agree.
just crazy. You're just
And
crazy.
again, even if it's coin flip for most of you guys, usually I just go with the home team. That's just how my logic goes. But yeah, I got the Ravens. I think this could get ugly. Actually, I don't think the Lions are the same team as the years past for them. So yeah, give me the Ravens again. Lamar Jackson, the
Ravens
regular
it
season,
is.
really great. Postseason Lamar, not so much. But regular season's where we're at.
All right, people, it's time to say goodbye because we got to start our day. What do you say, Delay?
I say thank you guys all for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is a growing show, so you might as well hit the like and subscribe button if you're tuned in. Like, hey, who are these guys that have just scrolled up on my feed? Well, hey, we're the future of NFL
The
YouTube.
future and our public service announcement is as follows. If you guys use a community microwave and you end the timer early, make sure you hit the clear button. Don't leave the timer on there for the next person. Don't be that guy. Pre-snap, read.